Hi, my name's Allie. Welcome to Allie's Annotation. Now let's talk about books. Specifically today, we're going to talk about a lot of books. This year, I have been focusing on really trying to read my physical TBR. There are tons of books that I can read on Kindle Unlimited, on Libby, but I have huge stacks that I need to be focusing on. So this is the stack of books in front of me that I want to get read before the end of 2025. And there's quite a few of them. So let's get started. First up is a book that I got recently at a small bookshop in Dallas, and it fits into one of the HERCYA, the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, prompts that I need to read, which is translated books. And that is Dengue Boy. This book is by Michael Nieva, and it is a dystopian fantasy sci-fi type of book, where a humanoid mosquito named Dengue Boy is trying to fit in with his classmates, and we discover something about their identity. And so it's a shorter book, and I thought it sounded really interesting, so I'm gonna give it a read. Next up is one of the Bridgerton books. I have been working my way through the series. I'm currently on book 4. I have the editions where there are 2 stories in every book, so I'm gonna be reading Colin's story next. Next up, I picked up Kindred by Octavia Butler. This is another one that I grabbed at a small bookstore that I just couldn't resist. And I've read Octavia Butler before. I just haven't read Kindred, and it's actually one of my friend's favorite books. So I wanted to make sure that I could pick it up and be able to talk with her about it. I have been yelled at so much for not reading these yet. I am finally gonna get to Outdrawn by Deanna Gray. Outdrawn is a sapphic contemporary romance with 2 webcomic and comic artists who are forced to work together, and it seems amazing. I've gotten such great feedback about this, so I'm really excited to pick this one up. Now, if you have been following me for any length of time whatsoever, you know that the last time I read a novel by Olivia Dade didn't go so well. I read All the Feels, and I was not a fan, but I'm gonna give her another try because I do have a prompt to read a book that features zombies. So I'm gonna be reading Zomromcom by Olivia Dade. I love reading books where there's a plus size heroine. I love reading books where I feel myself represented. And so I am excited to read this. I'm always excited to read a plus size heroine. And I'm just hoping that I enjoy this one more than the last one. And so it follows Edie, the main character, as there's a zombie breach, and she tries to save her very handsome neighbor, who actually turns out is a vampire. So it follows them 2 together as they fight through the zombie apocalypse, and maybe found out that they like each other. This sounds like it would be a good October read, so it might have to be an October read for me. Next up is The 7-Year Slip, and this one is kind of on my physical TBR. I say this is sort of on my TBR because it is a physical book that I need to get read, but it's actually from my traveling book club. So a number of people from the book club have already read the book. They have annotated, they have tabbed, and it's just my turn. So I'm gonna be reading this one here in September. Next up, we have The Infinity Alchemist by Kacen Callendar. This one has been sitting on my bookshelf for a really long time. I'm absolutely in love with this cover, and I am so excited to get to this one. This features our main character, Ash, who is forced to learn alchemy in secret because they can't get into the alchemy school. And when someone discovers them, they are worried that their secret's gonna get out until that person agrees to keep their secret in return for an exchange. And so the 2 work together, and they might discover that they like working together, and you could probably sense a theme in a lot of the books that I like to read. Next up is A Theory in Dreaming by Ava Reid. I recently read A Study in Drowning and absolutely loved it, so I cannot wait to revisit with Effie and Preston. This book is told primarily through Preston's eyes, which I'm really excited about. And if it is anything like the first one, I know that I'm just gonna eat it up. I know I'm gonna love it. Yours for Now by Leonor Soliz. It's a funny book on my TBR because when I was doing an unhaul, I actually discovered that I had 2 copies of this, both purchased from the same bookstore. So on 2 separate occasions, I saw this. I saw a curvy woman on the cover. I saw the words fake dating on the cover and purchased it from the same place on 2 separate occasions. So I need to get this read. This book features a female main character who has a family who's really pressuring her to become a mother and settle down. And in order to get what she wants at work, she ends up needing to enter a fake dating scheme with Gabriel. And so fake dating is my jam. I love fake dating. So I'm so excited to finally get this one read. Of course, I have to read this fall Katabasis by R.F. Kuang. I've been hearing amazing things about Katabasis. I have not read any R.F. Kuang yet. I do have Babel on my physical TBR, so there's a strong possibility I might pick up Babel too. But this follows Alice and another student at her school who end up descending into hell to save their professor. And they enter as enemies and they exit as something else, maybe. So I'm really, really excited to read this one. I'm really excited to get into kind of the heavier academic reading. So I just can't wait. Next up, we have A Tempest of Tea by Hafsah Faizal. This is the Fairlude edition that one of my friends gifted me. It's super pretty. I love it. And I want to read this one because the second book, A Steeping of Blood, actually is coming out here in September. So I want to get this one read. I do have this on Libby right now waiting for me to listen along as well. And we are almost at the end. Next up is Cursebound by Saara El-Arifi. I loved Feybound, and I catch myself still thinking about it, still thinking like, wow, I really want to find out what happens next. So I'm really, really excited to pick up Cursebound and continue the story because the cover design on both books is stunning, and so is the writing to match. It just is delightful, and I cannot wait. Last on this list of my fall physical TBR is A Forbidden Alchemy by Stacey McEwan. First and foremost, I got this one at Walmart. This is not a sticker. That is printed onto the cover. I hate that. But while I hate that, I don't think that I'll hate the book. I think I'll really enjoy the book. This book follows Nina and Patrick. Nina and Patrick spent their childhoods together, and they were eventually tested to become artisans together. While Nina was accepted and Patrick was not, they went their separate ways while they continued on with their lives. But now they are thrust back together in a daring plan, and I have heard nothing but amazing things about this book. And there we have it. 13 books that I am hoping to get to on my 2025 fall physical TBR. Let me know down below if there's any of these books that you're really excited to read as well.